Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Noma Kosimaboza, but you can call me Noma for short. It's easier. Now, if you clicked on this video, you probably, chances are you're looking for an online teaching job as an English tutor or an English teacher. You're in luck. With 4 years of experience as an online English teacher, I'd like to share that knowledge with you for absolutely free. All you have to do is go on this journey with me. Click the subscribe button, click the like button, and interact with this video. And I'll give you the tips that I've gained and the experience that I've gained over 4 years. Right, so today we are covering the interview process. We're going to go through finding the school first, because the main thing you have to do is to find the school. Once you found the school, I'm going to take you through the process of preparing yourself for an interview. What you need to prepare yourself for an interview. We're going to go through the terminologies, because with each and every career, it has its terminologies, and teaching English is just like any other career. It has its own terminologies that it would be an advantage if you know them prior to going into a interview lesson. And then we're going to go through the demo lesson. What is a demo lesson and what do you need for your demo lesson? So without further ado, roll the clip. Okay, so today we're going to be covering finding a school, what to do before the interview, during the interview, terminologies that you should know, and what else? The attire that you need to wear. Now, if you don't follow me on TikTok, please do, because I do share a little bit more there, but I share more in-depth content here. Let me slow down. So on TikTok, I share videos, I share links, and I share like screenshots of what I do or what I did. But here I'll share in depth. I'll take you through the journey, because this platform allows me to go through the whole process. Now, a lot of people told me they got rejected by some companies, and rejection is part of the process. I've been rejected by some schools, and from those rejections, I grew, because from rejection you should look at what are they looking for, what qualities did I not possess, and how can I get them. So if you've been rejected by a school, it's okay. It's just one of many schools. So finding a school, step one, you need to find a company that houses recruiting schools. Now, what do I mean by that? Fortunately for you, I'm going to put down the link for the two schools or the two companies that I know that they show you what companies are offering and which companies are recruiting. Is it actively recruiting? Is it not? So there's I2I and there's Teachaway. And in the description box, if you look down below, you will find the links to both of those schools. So use that and then apply to schools that you also need to match yourself to the school. Like, look at, once you see the school that you need, go and do your research about them and then see if you actually fit into the school. Because let's be honest, the chances of you being taken in a school that does not match with your characteristic or your personality trait, if they're teaching children and you don't have the patience for children, chances are they might not take you. Okay, so go down below. With I2I, what I do know is that they put in the school, the age groups of the children, they put in how much they pay you and what qualification do they need. So it makes it easier for you to compare, and then from that information you can go into a separate page on your Google and Google the school and go through the application process. If an interview doesn't go right, take it as a learning curve. But I'm going to share with you in the next segment the interview tips and what to do during the interview. Some of the basic things that you can do to actually secure yourself a job. So let's do that. Okay, so now that you've found a school that matches your personality, the next thing you're going to do is to prepare yourself for an interview. They've selected you and you are happy, you are excited, but you still need to be focused. So here are a couple of things that you're going to do prior to the interview. You are going to check your internet speed. This is crucial, because your internet speed is going to determine whether they take you or not. Remember, you are a digital teacher, you are teaching online. Your internet needs to be on par. When I started, as honestly as I can be, I was connecting through my phone. I started teaching connecting through my phone. Because what I want people to remember is that with everything, with YouTube, with teaching, you have to start somewhere. And you don't have to despise your small beginnings. You don't have to. You will grow from it. So I started connected on my phone. I made sure there was nothing else connected because I wanted my speed to be okay. So first of all, you're going to check your internet speed. Norma, how do I check my internet speed? I'm glad you asked. Grab your phone, go to your Google and type speed test. You can go to speed test by Ookla, or you can just go the first one that comes up. Click on that one that says run test. When you click on that, you're good to go. It's going to give you the internet speed that you have. Now, when they prepare you for an interview, they're going to tell you what is the speed that they're looking for. And you're probably going to have to take a screenshot. So make sure that you run the test until it meets the one that they need. Make sure that you do meet the internet speed. Do what you need to do to make sure that your connection is great. If you have fiber, amazing for you. Okay, so make sure that the internet speed is good. Choose a time to have the interview. Now you're going to choose the time to have the interview. Choose a time to have the interview that your home is most quiet, but the lighting is still good. So it's perfect. Have the interview then. But also check the time zone of that country. If they write 9:30 Beijing time, and you just like, okay, yes, click 9:30, that's the time I'm selecting. Also interview Pelin. I'm telling you the truth. When you wake up, the interview will be over, because Beijing time is 6 hours apart from your time. So that means that you need to make sure that you compare, you check what is the difference in time zone. That is 3:30 in the morning. I kind of know this off by head because I've been doing it for a while. So it's 3:30 in the morning. So you need to say 9:30 South African time, if that's available. 9:30 wait to exeni is like what? When I have a 9:30, it's a 15:30. It's 15:30 for them. It's 3:30. So make sure go to Kita is katisi right for yourself and for them, because by that time maybe your interviewer has conducted a lot of interviews, and so choose the best time, but for you most importantly. All right, now that's out of the way. The next thing you're going to do, familiarize yourself with the apps that they're going to need you to use. And you're not using apps on your phone. Most schools don't operate on phones. They operate on your desktop computer or your laptop. If bathi sosebenzisa Skype for the interview, when dlala ngoSkype, do yourself that favor. If bathi sosebenzisa uZoom, do yourself a favor, udlale uZoom. Ufonela abangani bakho, ufonela uma wakho, ufonela usisi wakho. If you have a supportive boyfriend, please even call him on Zoom, just to familiarize yourself with the platform, so that when the interview happens, you know exactly how to log in. Because especially with Zoom, if you haven't downloaded the app or you got the link and you mistakenly deleted the message, it's very tricky to get used to. So I would say familiarize yourself with utilizing the link and utilizing the platform that they're going to have the interview with, so that by the time you interview, you are comfortable, right? The next thing you're going to do is the dress code. Now, most of the countries that you would probably work in are most probably conservative, unless you get countries that aren't. But if you're working for Asian countries, my experience with them is that they are very conservative and they consider certain things taboo. There might be a lot of culture shock for you as well as for them, but they are the client. So you need to accommodate your client. You need to maintain your client. You need to sustain your client. So the onus is on you. From the interview, if it's cold, wear something like a turtleneck. That's perfect, and probably throw in a blazer, because you wanna look professional. Or you can't just wear a turtleneck t-shirt. But you see, this vest is a no-no. My dress is actually a no-no because it's showing just a little bit of skin around my my boobs. So that's a no. If I were, I would have a dress that just comes up to here. So do dress appropriately. Put lipstick like this. It must be as bright as my lipstick is, simply because for the pronunciation of words, your students must be able to follow. So please make sure ukuthi attire yako is as formal as can be. If you don't have any formal clothes, it's not a train smash. Gqoka i-golf t-shirt uyifase mhlawumbe ushiye ibhathini lokugcina, because nathi masiqala ukufundisa saqala siyigqokela isinoma kanjani. In 2018, when I started teaching, we were wearing whatever we wanted, like whatever, when we started teaching. And then it became a thing that the countries made it strict, and the teaching of English became very professional. We had VIPs learning English, you had celebrities trying to learn English, and the online platform is most convenient for our students. So it just made sense ke ukuthi siyeke manje ukuthi sigqoke isinoma kanjani, and then siqale sigqoke formally. So just dress formally, especially because it's an interview. Treat it like any interview. And please, ungathi ngizogqoka ipijama short ngaphansi, because sometimes they require you to stand up. So don't put yourself at a disadvantage. Akuthi noma ngahambanga kahle, wazi ukuthi wena wenze yonke into in your power ukuthi kuhambe kahle. You know, and it wasn't meant to be. Ungasali usuba nembuzo ukuthi yo, maybe if ukube bengagqokile ipijama, right? The next important thing is lighting. I'm shooting this video with pure sunlight, and I've positioned my desk in a place where it's merely pure sunlight. And so you want to be in a place, if you have a tripod, a ring light, a tripod ring light thing, because you do TikToks, it's perfect. You can use that for lighting. It's absolutely great. You can teach in the early hours of the morning using that. I do. So that's great. But make sure ukuthi lighting yako, it's bright enough for your students to see you. They don't want to see any shadows in the background, because remember, you might be teaching young kids. Those kids are going to be spooked. So try to make sure ukuthi lighting yako right when you're teaching the classes. If I keep looking down, it's because I made notes, right? Because I don't want to forget anything. Now, your background can be like this, plain, or it can, if they specifically wanted a logo, then they'll tell you to get their logo. Most probably leyo nto leyo bazoyenza uma sebekuthathile. Okay, uma sebekuthathile usuphasile interview, then they'll tell you that when you're teaching, you must have our company logo at the back. But most schools just want a clean, clear background, or nothing too busy, just, you know, so that the focus is on you. What else? Now, the last thing that not the last thing, but the main thing that I want you to not forget is to bring your props. Guys. La kuza props. If you're going to have an interview, they're going to ask you to bring props, and most probably in the interview you will have a demo lesson. A demo lesson is a class that you're going to teach to your interviewer. All right, so with the interviewer, they want to hear your tone, your your pace, and your accent. All right, itoni is like, how do you project your voice? Is it loud enough? Is it clear? Is it friendly? You need to have a friendly, welcoming, exciting voice. You need to, oh my god, you need to sound like you are excited, like, hey. So let me see, who's my favorite student? I say Anna. Hey Anna, how are you? You could be dying inside, but to your student, you need to sound excited. Hey Anna, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, teacher. How are you? I'm great. Are you having a good day? Anna's like, yes, teacher, I'm having a good day. That's wonderful. So they want to hear the tone. Do you sound excited? Do you sound welcoming? Do you sound warm and friendly? That's what they want to hear in the tone of your voice. Your pace, do not speak fast. Hey Anna, how are you? I'm great, thank you. How about you? I'm wonderful, Anna. Did you have a good day today? Probably you wouldn't say that if your student is a lower level, but if your student is a higher level, like a 9, 10, you can say, did you have a good day? But if not, you can say, are you happy today? Yes, teacher, I'm happy. That's great. It's excellent. Wonderful. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, let's go. Now, once you start teaching adults, you'll find adults who don't want that. And most of my adults do not want that. But for an interview, you have to do it. Most of my adults just want me to talk like how I'm talking to you, because they know that when they go out to the world, nobody's talking like that. Ain't nobody talking like that. So you need to be able to listen as well to your client. If your client is feeling down, say, Anna, why are you so sad? You're making teacher sad. And then Anna will tell you, teacher, I have a lot of homework. But homework is good for you. Teacher, but I'm sad. Oh, let's do this lesson quickly, and then you can go back to doing your homework. You need to converse with your student, even if it's your interview, because your interviewer can come in sitting there and just looking at you like this. And if you don't pick that up, that could be the one thing that makes you fail an interview. Literally. If you're going to come in and just get into it and you don't interact with the student, you need to fail this interview leyo. So kubalekile ukuthi uyibheke. All right. So bengisakhuluma i-accent. I-accent, guys, ungaligoqi ulimi. If you've ever noticed, South Africa has a lot of call centers. And if you didn't know, I'm telling you now, most of the English teachers in Africa are mainly in South Africa. The reason for that is because accent most of the time it's neutral. It's very neutral. Somebody from Germany can hear what you're saying. Somebody from France can hear what you're saying. Even a Chinese student who's just learning English can actually hear the pronunciation of our words. So accent it's neutral. Ungalinge ngiyaphinda futhi ungalinge ukhiphe isingisi ngamakhala ufuna ukufundisa isingisi. Don't do it. You got that English, like you've got that English, but don't this is not the time to take it out, because what's going to happen is that you're going to speak very fast, and chances are the words are coming out of your nose and your students can't hear what you're saying. They can't even read your lips, because the students actually need to see ukuthi certain words, the tongue comes here, like love. So that's why also the lipstick is important. Love. 9. So when you are coming here with your accent, you're going to have problems. That is why in our country we have a lot of call centers, and most of the southern part of the world teachers are from South Africa, simply because our accent is neutral. It's easier for our students to hear us, and it's easier for them to pick up on what we are saying. And when they go out there with this neutral accent, everybody can hear what they're saying. Some students do choose Canadian teachers. Some students will choose US-based teachers for whatever reason. But for the interview, ngiyacela beki accent eceleni. Right, so let's get to the props. Props can be anything. When they send you a lesson that you're going to teach, a demo lesson, if that lesson has animals, if that lesson has a plant, or it has anything, but anyway, guys, there's this whiteboard, a checkers, and you can write the word, and you can wipe it off and get toilet paper or a piece of cloth. You may or may not need to have that whiteboard. It would be great to have one, but if it's fine, but I still made it in. You may have to have that whiteboard. And then you also might need to get if there's a car in the lesson, get a car. And I'll tell you why. Some words we take them for granted. Go to alula, you've heard the word so many times. It's an easy word. For somebody, it's a new word. It's a foreign word. The word car doesn't exist in their vocabulary. They've seen a car before, but they don't know that it's a car. So getting a toy car will be like, car. Then they will know this is a car. Okay, so get a toy car, get a truck, whatever with demo lesson as a prop to show the student, to engage with the student. And i-interviewer yakho mayithi yona izoba student kufanele umbuze ukuthi lesi student iso level bani, They usually grade their students on level 1. 1 is the lowest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 12. All right, so they grade them according to that. So it's important for you to know, because if it's level 1, chances of you having a conversation is 0 to none. All right. In that interview, I would personally advise you to type. Speak, listen, type, and smile. It's like driving a car. Just do those things. Speak, listen, smile, and type. You type the word so that after the class, the student can actually go back and refer to your notes in their free time. Most students actually do that. So I feel it's important to type out the answers, and if they are making a mistake, you need to be able to pick it up. You need to listen. So make sure that you do that, and bring your props. You have to use your props. Maybe it's colors. I had highlighters. Like anything ends up becoming a prop. I had highlighters, and then I'd show blue, and then I'd show yellow. Which color do you like? Do you like blue, or do you like yellow? Blue, yellow. Then they'll say, teacher, blue. Ziyash, right? And I'll later on in the lesson, I'll get into some of the things that might irritate you, but what it means to those students, because obviously, right? Okay, now that you've got your manners, your smile, and your props, don't forget your manners. Makot interview my figure uti, oh, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Be polite. Remember your manners. They really appreciate those things. Now I'm going to your terminologies that you need to know for the lesson. Kukhona ama terminologies, it's terms that are used. Like doctors, they have their own terminologies. In business, they have their own terminologies. Amagama abo. Right, so nalana ke kukhona ama terminologies akhona, and abalekile ukuthi wazi. It's TPR. If they say in that interview prep that they send you, or interview invite abakuthumela bafuna ukubona i-TPR. I-TPR is total physical response. Remember, kukhona lento enayifundiswa esikoleni ekuthiwa it's body language. You don't need to talk to be understood or to send a message to somebody across from you. Sometimes nifundi body language. In this case, body language yakhe yona isikhathi esiningi ezoguide students sakho without intimidating them. So when some of the examples of TPR is great, good job. No. Yes, excellent, good, fantastic. You use your hands. No. Stop. That is TPR. You are using your hands and your gestures, your smile. I'm so sad. You use your gestures to tell the student to good yino ifunayo, yino ngayifuni, yine right, yine ngekho right. Okay? You use your hands, you clap. Yay, wonderful, that's great. So you're having a whole interaction. Naye kuzomkhulula ukubona ukuthi oh hayi ngikudla nayo bafowethu hamba nayo. Then my boy, yabona ke mama uthi no. Yafadalala. You're just like, no. Yafadalala. Usually we don't, but you might have to be like, try again. So uzobona ukuthi hayi sekuyabheda ke mama siyithupha ibheke phansi kodwa mayibheke phezulu uzobona ukuthi no sihamba ngokiwe. So that's important. That is TPR. You need to have that. And then ke sekuba i-demo lesson yakho kuzoba nayo. Kufanele uyi-prepare for i-demo lesson yakho. Wenze sure ukuthi uyageza isikhathi sakho, usikhethe kahle, khetha kahle isikhathi sakho ke bese ke uyaqala i-lesson. So let me wrap up what I just said for today. Okay, so let's recap quickly before I love you and leave you. And this is something you're going to have to do in your lessons as well. So the wrapping up is that down below on my description box, you will find the links to I and Teach Away, and you'll be able to compare how much they offer, the students that they have, and the requirements in terms of qualification, right? And then what you need to do to prepare yourself for an interview. Check your internet speed yako, Google wako, or check internet speed yako. Make sure that your internet speed is matching what the company is looking for. Use or familiarize yourself with the interview apps such as Zoom and Skype. Mostly those are the interview apps that they use. And then also make sure that your tone, your pace, and your accent is in order. A smile is always a winner. Remember to wear your smile and find a quiet environment. You need to be in a quiet place, and sometimes your students might not be in a quiet place, but your place needs to be relatively quiet. No noise. A clean background is preferable. Wonderful clean background. If you have a bookshelf behind you, I think that's also okay. Inika leya vibe yokuthi mandifundile ndiyafunda, I'm a lifelong educator. Okay, don't forget ama-toys ey'ngane ama-props, ama-learning cards, and a whiteboard. If you have those learning cards with words and a picture and a color, that's wonderful. Get those if you have them. If you don't have them, use what you have in your household. And then don't forget, I forgot to give you other terminologies. Don't forget your terminologies. TPR is total physical response. Yes, no, hello, goodbye. Remember those things. And then kukhona into ekuthiwa building rapport. If we have a call center, you'll know what building rapport is. So building rapport, it comes easy to South Africans. When you are building rapport, you're basically trying to find out as much as you can about the next person. I usually do this because it helps me later on in the lesson. If I start a class and I say, hello, Jane, how are you? And then Jane says, I'm okay. Oh, that's great. Jane, what did you do today? Jane tells me she went to school. Jane, have you done your homework? Yes. Ngiqhubeke no Jane into ebhaliwe lapha because isikhathi esiningi bakunika i-lesson plan. Phinde futhi uJane ngimbuze, oh Jane, what's your favorite class? Or whatever in relation to material engimfundisa yona. Mangabe kuwukuthi iclass siqede early no Jane, leya information abenginika yona iyona esengiyisebenzisa ukuthi aqhubeke a-open up. Leyo nto futhi ukubuilda i-rapport nomuntu ukwenza umbone ukuthi i-level yakhe yokukhuluma ingakanani. So when I ask Jane, what did you do at school today? Ujane athule. That tells me that Jane's level of speaking is low. Kusho ukuthi I must also adjust myself to accommodate Jane, right? That makes sense. So that's what you need to know. That's building rapport. And something they might ask you is your teaching philosophy. What do you believe about teaching? What do you believe about students? It can be something as simple as I believe in creating a positive environment where my students can be able to thrive and be able to make mistakes without fear of being made fun of, but with the confidence of knowing that there's somebody before them who's always willing to guide them, correct them, and help them better their spoken English. So teaching philosophy yakho yini into okholelwa kuyona ngokuba uthisha noma ngokufundisa. So those are the things you need to remember. And then prepare yourself for a demo lesson. Once you've done those things, I think you should be on your way to onboarding. And that's what we're going to cover in our next video. Now, the onboarding video, I'm probably going to shoot it now. I'll come back looking like this because I want to post as many videos as I can this week, because probably next week, or shoot as many as I can because probably during the weekend I won't have time. So I'll meet you on I think it's the onboarding series. Yeah, it's training, right? Thank you guys. Look at me ready to switch off. Thank you so much for coming through. And if you enjoyed my videos and any of the content down below, please make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, anything that you need assistance with or you're not sure of, please message me or put it in the comments down below. And also make sure to follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. I will see you